talking about sales and negotiation skills. Sales and negotiation skills. Sales and negotiation skills. How can you close deals? Master sales and negotiation in sales. Master sales and negotiation skills. How can you close deals? How can you make a lot of sales? There are different knowledge you need to make sale. Now, I was at an event today that took almost 12 hours. Or let me not say 12 hours, let me just say 8 hours to 10 hours. And I met this guy who was just saying one theory about sales. So what might be working in US market or target audience might be different to what is working in Nigeria. And that is why you need to learn from those that has operated in the Nigerian market. It's a different ball game if you are selling to the white, and it's a different ball game if you are selling to the black. It's also a different ball game if you are selling another kind of product. So Sandra is the boss of sales. She has had a lot of experience selling different things in business, and also working for a company selling software packages for bank, closing sales worth hundreds of millions for a company. And I said, okay, this is somewhat the last section of the Real Estate Business Institute for the our first edition. This will be nice. It will be nice if I invite Sandra to come and do what, to come share with us from our wealth of knowledge. So I would like you to have your notepads with you, so that you can do what, so that you can learn from her. She's at the backstage already. I'm going to bring her up now. And okay, let me add her to stage. Welcome, Sandra.
Hi. Hello,
Good.
everyone. Hi, Israel.
How are you doing, ma?
Very good.
It's been a while. I know you have been very, very engaged. I myself have been engaged. I want to really appreciate you for coming, even though in your tight schedule. Thank you so much for coming.
Not a
Um,
problem.
Sandra, I and Sandra have known for like, I think maybe 4 or 5 years or so. So
It's
it
more
was
than
great.
that. It's about
It's more,
6 years.
of course. What do you say?
It's about 6 years now.
6 years. I was pitching an investment, and Sandra came. I think you were in contact with some of my articles, and you invited me to your organization.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I saw Sandra. You know, when I met her, I was scared, like, hey, because when I first saw you, I saw like 3 people following you. I was like, this one, our boss. So,
Oh my
so,
God,
but
you're
you
very
know,
funny.
in the long run, we became very, very close, and we learned from each other. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I would just like you to introduce yourself, and then after that, in fact, I've said quite a number, but I just want you to just say, just kind of give us a little background about yourself, your business knowledge, your business experience, and then we now move to what we have for today without wasting the people's time. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Israel Paul, for giving me this platform to speak. And I also want to welcome everyone that is here today. My name is Sandra Ukoh. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Member, Coach, Speaker, and Trainer. I'm also a sales expert of over 20 years in the IT industry. Also, I'm a member of the Toastmasters. In order for you to be a great public speaker, you need to look for platforms to join. I'm the Vice President, Public Relations there. And much more. I just received the Presidential Lifetime Award. So I'm
Wow.
excited to be here, and I
Amazing.
love to share my story. So I think that's it for me. And I'm into ghostwriting and help people in writing their books, helping them to
Okay.
put their dreams to fusion, getting to see what you have, your experience in life. Like I will tell everyone, your experience is an asset. Money can't buy experience. Yes, you can read from books, but experience hands on cannot be compared with book reading.
Hmm. Exactly, exactly, exactly. So, I would just like you to tell us how you kick-started with the world of. I know you have a lot of experience with sales,
Yeah,
and also with business. Just kind of give a number of people a little about your business experience, how you started, through the world of selling your own products, selling perfume, doing the what is it called, the laundry business,
yeah,
traveling to buy, and also
yeah,
working. You just have a lot of mighty experience that people just give us a little about your story, and then
yeah.
we move on.
Selling was never something I read from the four walls of a university. Neither did I study it. But I got to learn it from my mother. My mother used to have a shop in Alade Markets, the popular
Okay.
Alade Market at Roundabout, Allen Roundabout. I started at age 12 to help her to sell, but she was a beer distributor. So every evening after school, I would always be there. She had a restaurant too. I was also helping her. So growing up, selling became a passion, such that when I was in the university, I needed something to sell. And my auntie that has one of the onobanjos, Simi Onobanjo, she has what you call this upholstery. I can't even remember the name again. It's been a while. She used to have
Okay.
a business at the Towing Street, the corner piece there. So
Okay.
I would get folders from her to sell to my classmates in school. Folders that you can put your books, very lovely folders and colorful folders. And so when I left school, I was like, now that I'm out in the job market, what can I do? Then as a copper, I decided to start selling guinea. And the male sex were my customers because, the male will never price or negotiate too hard with you, but the female would price you until they get to the very point where you got the price and you're not making any profit. So after then, I was selling guinea and I was really doing well selling guinea. Sincerely, I was selling these guinea brocade. That's around 2000. Yeah,
Okay.
2000. That's like 23 years ago. So every time
Wow.
you see me carrying bags because I have things I want to sell. I have things I want to showcase and people will buy.
Awesome.
Um, that was how I continued till I found out that, I needed to move into something else that I know that
Okay.
people would love. And that was what got me into perfume. I know everybody wants to smell good. Everybody wants to look nice. So I started with perfume business at about
Okay.
2026. Then I was married. I had my family. I was working, but I needed side incomes. So I
Okay.
decided to start with the perfume, and I had just 20,000 naira there. So the first set of
Wow.
perfume I bought were just 5 bottles. And so when I meet with customers who want to buy, sometimes they might not need any of those collection I had. So, but because they trusted me, some of them will give me money. And as soon as they give me money, I'll quickly run to the market to get the perfume of their brand, of their taste. And that was how I started selling perfume. And when the business grew, and I knew that I couldn't manage the business all alone at myself, I decided to go on the e-commerce platform, which is Jumia. I'm sure if you check Jumia very well, you still see Deep Collection, DIP, Deep Collection. And that was how I started. And, from selling perfumes on the e-commerce platform, I was on Konga, I was on Jumia. I really made money selling perfume. I sell with 20,000 naira, but I got connected with a lot of people outside Lagos, Akwa Ibom, people I've never met in the north. Sometimes when they come on my site on Jumia to buy, and I don't have the perfume, some of them want to deal with me privately. Some of them will call me and say, "Okay, the money is too much. What can you do for me?" I'm like, because we're on that platform, I have to abide by the rule. Except, we're doing the business outside of the platform. And some of them took risk and we got to know. And whenever they're in Lagos, they just call me and say they need this perfume. I'll quickly get the perfume to them. And it got to a time, after a long time, I stopped because my job became very intense and I needed to concentrate on work as a salesperson. I stopped selling. But these contacts, I had this contact from the north. Most of these Hausa guys like perfume and they can spend anything to get perfume. So this guy called me. There was a particular brand of perfume that was like not 10 years ago that costed about 60,000 naira. And I was like, God, this guy wants to buy a perfume that costs 60,000. So that means I'm going to be making a profit of about 8 to 10,000 naira. And that was a good one for me. I got the perfume for him. I had to give to a friend who works in the airport. I think when his friend was traveling back to Sokoto, Abikano, they had to deliver to him. And by so doing, I was successful in selling my perfumes on the e-commerce platform. Because with the e-commerce platform, I don't need to be the one to deliver the perfume. As a day, Jumia then will go to your house to pick your package. But when Jumia changed the other way around, that you have to be the one to get to the center to drop the perfume, it became a bit difficult because you can imagine I work in VI. How do I get to Ikeja or Obanikoro to drop the perfume? So it was a bit difficult, and that was one of the reasons I stopped. Because then when they were going about, while I was at work, my girl, in Nigeria, we always have somebody to help us with our kids. So my girl at home, I'll just call her and say the bike rider is outside to pick the package. So she knows what to do. She comes outside, give them the perfume, give them a sheet of paper to sign that they picked up the perfume from me. So at the end of the month, I can snap those things, upload on Jumia, and Jumia will pay me. So it was fun doing business using the e-commerce platform. And today, beyond selling perfume, I also there was a time I was out of job. As a salesperson, your job is always very volatile because when you're not meeting or bringing in the numbers, your boss or employer, or when there is a recession, they look for who they want to lay out. Asked to go. I was asked to go at this particular time, and I needed money to start business. Good. I had my pension, so I was able to ask for my pension. Showed them my letter that I was asked to go. So I got like close to 1 million, and I knew that having that money, I needed to engage in something. If I leave the money in the accounts, something else, expenses, we take it. So that was how I started a grocery business. I went around looking for an outfit. I got one and I started. And then I just had the baby. So I knew I was going to be at home. I was going to be taking care of my baby. So staying in the shop was going to be helpful. And from there, I continued and went into bakery. From bakery, went into laundry. What made me left the bakery was I had a gas explosion that almost claimed one of my staff life. So the threat and the fear of gas explosion made me to take a break. I had to rethink. I went back to my drawing board, looked for mentor in the laundry outfit, explained my experience in the business, and I got somebody. I think if you know this guy in Obanikoro, what's his name? He has a big laundry outfit. He was the one that mentored me, and that was how I started. I paid him money. He came, designed my outfit like ease, gave me all the materials. And as God will have it, he was selling washing machine. He was selling almost everything I needed to set up. So it was just the person I decided to do business with, and he did help me. And the laundry outfit was one successful business I ran for more than 4 years till I left United States, till I left Nigeria to the US. Even whilst in the US, I was still running the business. But at the time that COVID was about to hit, I decided to stop the business. So I was able to start my business and I
Is it
think
my net? Okay.
I think it's your network, but that's fine. And as you will have
Okay.
it, because of COVID, thank God, I got an auditor to audit the shop to tell me what was in the shop and what was the rate I could sell it at. As God we have it, 2020, I sold the laundry outfits. And today, I'm still doing business alongside in the US, but just that's my story in summary.
Okay.
I think we have to tell me what was in the shop and what was the rate I could set.
Yeah, Sandra, are you with me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. I'm here. Sure, I can hear you very well.
I think our
I
both
can hear you.
networks is fluctuating.
I can hear
Also,
you very well. I can hear you.
or is it my network? I don't even know because it's raining here, and
Oh, sorry. I can hear you. I think it's a network failure. I can hear him very well, but I guess maybe because of the rain, the weather condition. So, and that's in summary of my story, just to let you know that doing sales might be tough at the starting point, but this is not the time for you to chicken out. It could be tough at the beginning, but it will get sweeter, because when you learn the ropes of selling, you become very comfortable in selling. You become confident and you become, a leader in sales. When I first started sales, I got out of school, did my NYSC, worked in a manufacturing lab. If you know Brian Moreau at Clay Bus Stop, that's Oregon. That was where I did my NYC. But I knew I did want to continue in the lab. I love to be in the lab, but I knew that my weekends, I don't have the weekends myself. Saturday and Sunday, I might have to be at work. So I told myself, I don't want to do any job that would make me work over the weekend. So, and looking at, I had to start looking for a job a month or 2 months to the end of my NYC. And I got this first job. The first thing they asked me, how can you sell? You have a science background, biochemistry, you have a master's biochemistry. Why do you think you'll be a good fit for this? And I told them, it's not about the college, it's not about the degree, it's about the passion of selling, it's about the experience. And I told them what I had done from what I did in the university, what I did as a corper, what I did when I got married, and what I'm still doing right now. And and after the interview, I was given an employment letter. I started work with them. The first 2 weeks was very rigorous. I had a lot of training in-house just to get me equipped, because now I'm going to be selling to corporate organizations, not like when I was selling my perfumes and my hygiene and other things I was selling. But I will let you know that this perfume helped me. I gathered some money. I gathered some money. The first money I had to travel to Dubai was through the perfume. So in whatever you're doing, it might look like it's trickles, it might look like it's small, but please be consistent at what you do. It's just a matter of time. Before you know it, those tiny drops can become a mighty ocean. And that was how I gathered the first money. I traveled, I bought wears, underwears for ladies, for guys, and I bought shoes, t-shirts. I got a lot of stuff. And from that moment, my business took a new turn. And it was a great one for me. It was a great one for me. So ever since then, I have been selling. I have been selling. I will tell you, selling, as my second name will be sales, Sandra, sales lady. Everywhere I go to that, the sales lady. And even when I end every organization I went into to work, my
Sandra, sales lady. Everywhere I go to that, the sales lady. And even when okay, sorry, I'm with you.
Okay, then. And so selling became a passion, and I could do nothing else but to sell. I could do nothing else but to sell. And that's what I do. Sorry, I have a call. Take my call. Tell the person I'm in the meeting. Sorry.
Okay. Sandra, I know that you have a lot of experience in sales. Now, I want you to share with these guys. Like you told me why it's been a while. There are some nights that we will have a lot of meetings, talk to each other, do live sections for 1 hour, 2 hours, and you always share with me a lot of sales experience that you've had. Also go into full distant information for these people, because okay, some of them are earning 100 grand, 50 grand, and they really want to make sales. I could remember when we spoke about sales, you told me how you were friends with a number of people, but maybe you want to sell to a company now, and you go to the company. You made me understand that as a security man is very vital. A security man can give you a number of the MD.
Everybody in the business chain is important. Starting from the security and even the cleaner. The cleaner can give you an information. Yes, because sometimes you get to an organization and they're not. It's a cold call. Nobody's allowing you in because you don't seem to know who anybody in there. The cleaner can give you a contact name, can tell you, I know the IT manager. This is his name and this is his number. Please don't disclose. I gave you the number. I've met several people who had helped me with contact. And in church too, when I go to church or any circular events, I also try to network. Try to find out where do you work. Get contact details of the IT manager. Because I knew I needed the IT manager or operations manager. So most times when I see anyone, do you have an IT manager? Who is your IT manager? What software are you guys doing? I just try to find out about the organization and I go back online to do my research, because before you sell to anyone, you must find out what you want to sell, what need, what pain they have, and what your solution is out there to solve. So you must know your customer. And that's why we call the KYC. Even the banks now are doing it. KYC, you must know your customer.
Great,
No,
great,
yeah.
great. I want to move into. You sent me. Sandra has already prepared. She sent me a slide, like massive slide, and I'm like, wow. Let's quickly kick off so that these guys can grab all this within the time frame that we have. So I have. Can you see this slide, Sandra? Um,
No,
could you
no.
see it before?
At first you were okay. Can you start from the beginning? That's you're showing me the
Okay,
agenda.
okay. Now this is the beginning. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it. That's fine.
All right. So I just want us to move straight in. I think we have over 21 slides, and I want these people to get enough before we close. So I will just leave the floor open to you, and you run us through.
Okay then. Yeah, and today I'll be taking you on master sales and negotiation skills. And my name, you already know my name. My name is Sandra Ukoh. I have two QR code I wanted to scan right away. The first one has to do with a live audit training I'll be having in the next 2 weeks. It's a training that
Okay.
costs as much as $500. So I'm giving it for free because of Israel. I told Israel, for your people, I'm going to give this for free. So you might want to
Okay.
sign up. It's a live audit. You want to take a live audit at
Quickly
this
take
time of
your phone and scan this code, please.
scan
Don't
both
miss it.
code. The other one is my YouTube channel where I bring great guests, people who have done several business. They come to share their story. People who are business owners, people who have experience in financial literacy, financial discipline, financial planning, like Pastor and Dr. Lumide and several other business tycoons who are into real estate. You might want to hear their story. You might want to go watch past series on Pastor Lumide and how to latch on to grants. Grant is free government money that you don't get to pay. Finding out how to write and apply for grants, reporting grants, writing, because you want to be able to apply for grants, you get money, and you want the company to continually give you money. Then you must be able to report how you spent your money. The other one is a life audit. You want to check your life from January to date. How have you spent your life? What have you done? You want to do a life audit. Who are in your life that you need to do away with? Who are the people you need to get to meet? Who are the people you need to associate with? So those are the things I'll be taking you on the life audit. So let's move to the next slide, please.
Okay,
So I'm going to be
awesome.
taking you, yes, I'm going to be taking you on sales, what is sales and what is sales skill, what is negotiation, what is negotiation skills, and how to close deals, what millions monthly, tips on closing deals. We move to the next slide, sir.
Right, right
Sales,
there.
understanding sales and how to make a sale. You must understand what is sales. You must have a good mastering sales and negotiation skill is a journey. It's not a one-day's journey, but it is a journey that can take as long, as much time as possible, depending on how willing and how committed you are on that journey. It involves learning and practice. Here are some strategies to help you develop and refine those crucial skills. You probably might ask, okay, what is sales? Sales is the process of persuading a customer to purchase your goods or services. When we talk about purchasing, we're saying that there's an exchange, there's a trade by barter. And the trade by barter is there is an exchange. In those days, during our fathers and our mothers' days, it's trade by barter. You give me something, I give you something that you need. But this time around, we have a legal tender. What is it? Is money. We need to give money in exchange for goods or services. This involves identifying what your customer needs, creating solutions to meet those needs, then convincing your customers to purchase those solutions from you. I will probably be giving two examples of one of the wealthiest men in the country, in the world. We know about Elon Musk, the founder of the
Tesla,
guy who bought
Tesla,
Tesla, yes.
SpaceX.
Tesla and Twitter. He has a product to sell. So you cannot sit there and tell me you want to become a tycoon. You want to be wealthy without having a service or a product you're selling. Even whilst
Mm.
working, you can be doing business alongside. So I advise everyone, if you want to grow, no one stays in a paid employment and make millions, and make money, wealth. So if you find that people who are wealthy, they're all entrepreneurs. So being an entrepreneur, it's not an easy journey, but you have to go through that route in order if you want to be a wealthy person, you want to be in control of wealth. We also have Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg. He's also the founder of Facebook. Now he has bought Instagram and WhatsApp. You can see these people have products and services they're preferring. Most of us cannot do without WhatsApp. Even Facebook, that's where we go to advertise. Instagram now, for the young youths, they're always on Instagram. So you can see that these are products and services that are needed by all, not just for some, all over the world. It's a global business now for him. So you might want to ask yourself, what are types of sales? Sales can be categorized into various ways on the context, the product or services being sold. You might want to find out, okay, what is this? Depending on what you're selling, the target market, the strategy used, or the channel through which the sale is made. Here are some common types of sales that I have done. But the first three, we'll move to the next slide. It talks about inside sales. We have the inside sales, we have the outside sales, we have the retail. But I'm going to be breaking that as several sales. But just because I would explain just one or two of them, and the rest I would leave the slide with. If you want to get more of this, I would want you to, maybe register. I'm going to be having a class on sales sometimes in January because we need to sell. For you to have a product, if you're not selling, you're not making money. So you need to be able to sell. Inside sales, this refers to sales conducted from the seller place of business through the phone, emails. Now these days, most of the business are online. So you're either making sales through phone calls, emails, or the internet rather than face to face. We also have the outside sales, also known as the field sales, where we go on the field, like what I did. I was always on the field. I was always, on the bike those days. Sometimes the traffic those days were so bad that sometimes you have to walk for a long distance. Sometimes you have to bike to get to your meeting on time because there's no excuse. You have a meeting for 2 p.m. No matter what the traffic situation, you've got to be there for two. So also known as the field sales. This involves in-person visits to your potential clients, often B2B, business to business sales. And we have the retail sales of product or services through retail outlets. You have the manufacturers who will sell to the business owners. Then the business owner would now retail it to consumers, the people who live in the community. And that's what we refer to the retail sales outlet, either brick and mortar or online sales. That can be online, that can be one-on-one, where people go to the neighborhood stores to buy things. So we have B2B. B2B is business to business. That already explained itself. I don't want to take your time so I can go to the more major nugget. We have B2C, business to consumer. This is the traditional model of business selling goods or services to the end consumer. Excuse me. We have online sales, selling products or services through the internet. We also have consultative sales. This type of sales focuses on creating value and trust with the consumer, often involving detailed needs analysis. That means you want to see that, understand why your customer wants this particular product, and be able to analyze the reason and knowing the product that suits your customer. Such consultative sales make you connect with your customer such that even after selling, you remain as friends, and they're able to do mouth-to-mouth referral for you. So sometimes it's not just about push, because we have a lot of transactional people. All they want to do is, I want to just get my product, so I just want to meet my numbers. They don't care whether the product is serving you or whether you have issues or challenges with the product. So you don't want to become that kind of man who just pushes things to their buyers, and at the end of the day, walk away without checking back on them to see if they're enjoying their product. Because such a person will not succeed as a salesperson. You want to be a salesperson who is consultative. You want to be able to reach out to your customer and say, the product I sold to you 2 months ago, how is it working for you? Is it meeting your needs? That you need any help in implementing or using the solution? Such customers will not only stay in relationship with you, but will always refer people to you. Will always refer buyers or people. Will always tell your testimony by telling others, oh, I have a person who sold this to me. He's a great guy. He did this and he did that. Transactional sales is the one I'm talking about. You don't want to be that set of person. So this involves a straightforward sales process with a short sales cycle, such as retail purchases or buying a book online. And that's where it ends. Solution selling. We have channel selling, where I worked in a channel company where the distributor, like IBM, will not sell to the common man who needs IBM. they will always go through channel. They will always go through a distributor who sells to businesses. The distributor is the one who is the middleman from the OEM, original equipment manufacturers. And then we have the business people who retail it to the consumers. So you have channel sales, you have telesales, selling on using the telephone. We have wholesales where you go to, all you can buy is wholesales. You can't buy retail. We have subscription sales, like you're paying for your internet. That is called subscription. Or you have something you're paying for, maybe your is it antivirus, such can be referred to subscription sales. You subscribe and they give you 1 month
Okay.
or one subscription. We have also upselling, we have cross-selling. So I just want to, there's several of them, but if you just go online, you probably will see several of them. We have social
Okay.
selling, you meet in parties, social medias, you sell. We have government sales, we have enterprise sales where you sell, turnkey products, together to an organization. Typically, this involves selling high value products or services to large organizations. Like when I sold to ExxonMobil then were just using the normal telephoning system. I sold the IP telephoning to ExxonMobil. So many other organizations, because I was managing the oil and gas industry at that period when I was working with Resourcery. So there's so many of them that we can do, the types of sales. But beyond that, there are other ones. Sales goes just beyond the different types of sales. So I think you need to move to the next slide, her.
Okay. Let me move to this. Then I think we have this now.
Yes, we have direct sales. This involves selling directly to the customers without any intermediary, meaning you just go to your customer, you don't need anyone. There's several types of sales, which requires a different approach. We have sales strategy, level of expertise. Sales professionals often specialize in one or more types of sales, depending on their skills, industry knowledge, and demand of specific sales skills in the market.
Okay.
You want to find out what are the sales activities. Sales can involve a lot and a variety of activities, such as the market research, product development, advertising, and consumer. Ultimately, sales, sorry, just a moment.
All right.
Yeah. Ultimately, sales is a way of connecting customers with the product and services they need. Connecting a problem with solution. You have the product, you are the solution giver, and you're there to solve the problem. So ultimately, that's sales. But before you go into selling any products, you don't just go buy products because everybody's selling. I want to sell, but you must find out what the market needs, and this is what is called market research. If you don't do a proper market research, you might have a product for years and not selling, and not even breaking even. So, what is market research? These are sales activities that you want to know about. And before you enter any business, because you see Henry, your friend, he's selling perfume. And tomorrow you say, okay, let me sell body cream, lotion. You need to find out, is lotion needed? Find out why you think your lotion, selling lotions, would do. Market research is a systematic gathering, recording, and analysis of data about customers, competitors, and the market in general. It helps business understand the needs and the wants of their target customers, identify potential new markets, sometimes there might be new markets, and make informed decision about the product's development and the pricing. When you do a proper market research, it will help you to be able to price your product rightly. It will help you it will tell you the competitors you have in the market. And now you need to position to be able to sell. Because if you do not have the right information, you'll be struggling to sell. So market research can also be used to measure customer satisfaction. Are customers satisfied with the product they are buying right now in the market? And if they are not satisfied, then you can say, okay, let me look for a product that the customers would like. If you all remember that there was a particular time we have the big sachet of milk, when they found that in order to be able to reach the larger market, which is the people who cannot afford to buy the big sachet milk, they started doing the small sachet milk that you can buy for 10 naira. And when they started doing that, Cowbell started it. Before you know it, every other one, Peak Milk, everybody started doing it. And they were able to reach a larger market. And at that period, they had a bumper sales because they were able to reach the ordinary man. So you also must identify areas of improvement, monitor the effectiveness of marketing campaigns, You might find out that, oh, every time you watch the TV, they're always advertising Omo, 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 Unilever. And you want to find out, okay, what other products is in the market that can beat Omo? Omo might be expensive. If you do your research, Omo might be expensive. And you want to go to the market with something a lot cheaper, maybe 50% the price of Omo. People will be able to embrace or put them in smaller sachet that the common man can afford to buy it for 10 naira. They don't have to have the bulk money to buy the big sachet Omo. So in that way, with your market research, you're able to reach your market. You're able to position rightly. The next thing is, once you have the right market research information, what is your product development? How do you bring your products together? So product development is the process of creating a new product or improving an existing. That does not mean that every time you must create a new product when you do your market research. You might have an existing product. It will help you to improve an existing product to meet the your customers. It involves market research design, prototyping, testing, and ultimately launching the product. Product development requires a lot of creativity, problem solving, and collaboration. Sometimes you might want to collaborate with other organizations who are already a success in a particular line of business between teams to ensure that the final product meets the needs of the customer. Once you have done your market research properly, when it comes to product development, you are able to get it rightly, meaning you're getting a round um, object in a round hole. You're getting the right product that your customer really needs. So you're not just beating about the boat, just selling with like others. And the competition will not be so stiff because you did what is called the market research before entering the market. What is advertising? In order for you to get your product to be known by others, you need to advertise your product. You can be selling in Lagos successfully. Well, but by Ibadan, we have 36 states in the country. So how do you
Yeah.
reach 36 states? So how do you get your products to Imo states, to Akwa Ibom, to Port Harcourt? How would they know if you don't advertise? So beyond just having a product, you want to also advertise. Advertising is a type of communication used to influence an audience to take some sort of action. It is typically used to promote sales of goods and services, but can also be used to raise awareness about issues or to influence the public opinion. Advertising usually involves the use of visuals, words, and sounds. If you remember Akuna Matata, I worked with an advertising firm, Center Spread. We were the
Okay.
ones that did Akuna Matata for Skybank. And that made them, they had a lot to do. They used this guy, Koban. Koban was the one that played the keyboard. And he
Wow.
was a hit for Skybank that period. So you must find out what will work for your this thing. And before you know it, other banks start looking for adverts that will look like Akuna Matata. And that you have to create a message that is targeted to your specific audience. Who are you out there to take care of? Who are your audience? So you must know your audience. And it is said that it can appear in many different forms when you want to advertise. We have the below the line and up above the line. And above the line is the TV commercials. Sometimes Omo became a brand name because every Omo, even when it's elephant, when it's something else, is Omo. Area is Omo. Because over the time being, Omo became a brand name. It's a name that even a little baby will say, mommy, there's no Omo in the house. And whereas maybe the baby wants to say there is no area, there is no elephant. We had different brand, but Omo became a brand name
Exactly.
because the TV commercials. So you want to find out what advertising will work for you. Is it radio jingles, radio ad, online ad, print ad, or the billboard? And the billboard is one way to catch your customers. Sometimes when you drive on the Third Mainland Bridge and you see a very big board that is very littered, so much light, you want to look at it and say, oh, which organization is doing this? And by so doing, every time you get to that spot on Third Mainland, you want to look for that billboard. By so doing, it is catching your attention, and that's creating some kind of awareness. Before you know it, you start using that product. That's why I tell people, people pictorial diagram catches the attention of people, and that's why they use pictures to teach our kids in school because they learn more because it registers in your heart more than words. So what is customer service? You must have the right customer service for you to retain your customers, for you to have a repeat buy, for you to get them to refer other people to you. Customer service is the act of providing assistance to your customers, by responding to their inquiries, solving their problem, and addressing their concerns. It's also an
Okay.
important part of any business, as it is an essential factor in building customer loyalty and brand recognition. So you want to take care of your customer service so that you can have good customer loyalty and brand recognition. Good customer service involves providing helpful and timely feedbacks to your customers when they have issues and they reach back to you. You must be responsive. You don't keep them waiting for 48 hours, 72 hours without responding. If you're going to keep them for that long, you have to come back with an apology. I'm so sorry. We had some, like today, what Israel just did. He told you that sorry for keeping you waiting. We had some technical issues. And that's what people want to hear because he has an audience and he has good customer service. So he wants to ensure that his customers, his audience, are not, angry with him that, oh, you're meant to be here for 4, but you're coming at 4:20 and you don't think you need to tell us you're sorry or something. But that shows maturity and shows a businessman who is ready to do business. So using friendly and professional language is key and being understanding and accommodating to their needs. Some customers might be very, overbearing, but you don't have to respond wrongly to them because you don't know. It is said that one bad customer is equal to 100 good customers. Bad news flies so fast. If somebody doesn't like your products, the moment they go out there to leave a negative review and start telling people, bad news moves faster than good news. I'm sure you all agree with me. So now we go
Exactly.
to how does sales relate to today? You might be saying, oh, this lady is just talking about book, book, book. But today, how do we sell? Sale
Okay.
is a critical component of many business. If you are not selling, it's just a matter of time your business will come crumbling. You will close shop, pack your load, and go back home, either to your village or to your house. So you must find a way to get your product to your customers. It is the process of persuading potential customers to buy from you either your product or your services. You must find out what is the problem. Look at Nigeria now, the situations on ground. People are still cashing money, they're still making money. So look for what is a need that people are looking for and see how you can, fit yourself to solving that problem. It is a key factor in company success. And that's why, as a salesperson, your job would always be volatile. The day you don't bring business, you are as good as your last sales. The next thing, your employer will show you the road or the door out of the office. Because the reason why they are keeping you or why they're smiling with you is the numbers you're bringing in. The day you start bringing in the numbers, they start telling you, Alagbaja, we've been paying you for the last 12 months and you've not sold. If you were in our shoes, what will you do? You have a salesperson. What will you do? Is either you let the person go and you look for a new salesperson who has a better strategy to sell. So sales team also help companies to build relationship with customers and create what you call the brand or loyalty, sales loyalty. So with the rise of online marketing, sales have become even more important as companies must be able to effectively market and sell their product or services online. So if you're not online, hey guys, we are leaving you behind. The business is moving. The business world is online. Everything you do now is online. You don't need to pay so much money to get an outfit. You can stay in your house and have an online store and you're making money. And this will help you to save costs. Sales is also about understanding your customer needs. What does your customer need? What are their problems? What's the issue past customers have given you that you need to build on to ensure that the new customers don't have the same issues the previous customers are having? You must provide tailored solution. That's what I was talking about, consultative sales. Sit down with your customer,
Okay.
understand why they want to buy a product. Get a product that will suit their pockets. Some people might not have money to buy the big high-end product, but you can tell them, okay, Oga, I have a smaller one that you can afford for the time being that can solve the same thing that the bigger one is doing, providing tailored solution that meets their needs. By having a strong sales team, business can not only increase their customer base, but also create an ongoing relationship with customer that can lead to what you call a repeat business and customer loyalty. You want your customer that bought from you 5 years ago to continually buy from you. That's what we call repeat business. And that's a great way, even without marketing them, they are already enjoying your product. And so they want to continue to do business with you because they can trust you. So, what's the next slide will be sales techniques, sales skills, and sales process. Just a moment, please. In understanding your sales techniques, your sales skills, your sales process, you must understand your products. This is for a salesperson who wants to go out on the field to sell or market his or her products. You must have a good understanding of your products and services. Know every detail its and its benefits and how it meets the need of your customer. And the next one, you want to know your customer. Who are your customer? Research your customer. I will give you a life scenario. Before I go out in my organization, wherever I want to go to, if I'm going to be talking to manufacturing industry this week, I go online to check GSK. What do they need? What solution are they running? Even after having the contact of the person I want to talk to. So because the moment you get in to see the IT manager, you want to talk from a point of know-how. You don't want to get there and say, I just came to see you, sir. Do you have any problem? The IT manager wouldn't listen to you. Or when you come and say, it seems that you guys have a challenge in this area and we have a solution that can meet your needs and everything. The IT manager will be ready to sit with you. He will take you to the conference room. He will call other members and come and say, I've got somebody who has a solution for us, because now you are like a demigod to them. So you must research your target audience, understand their pain points, their preference, and how your offerings can benefit them. Don't just take any product you see in the market and say, you must buy, you must buy. No. Understand what they need and what product will suit them. Build rapport. Don't just say, I want to sell, whether they like me or not. People buy from those they trust and they like. They don't buy because you have a great product. So work on your interpersonal skills if you do not have one, to connect with clients on a personal level. That helped me. I most of my business person, I ensure that I'm in touch with them. Once they have their birthdays, I send messages, and if possible, send them a cake, send them a gift, so that I can have a personal relationship with them. So whenever they need anything or they have any problem, I'm the first person they will call. Then I cannot tell them, oh, we don't sell this product, but we have a sister company that deals on this product. So active listening to your customers is key. So be slow to speak. God gave us 2 years. God knows why He gave us 2 years. He gave us one mouth. So be slow to speak. You have 2 years, you hear better than you speak. So please close attention to what the customer is saying whenever you attend any meeting. Ask clarifying question. Even when you seem to understand, you can ask them, you mean you want to achieve this? Ask clarifying question and probing question. Repeat their concerns to show that you are listening. You can go back and say, you said you need IBM products to match your server. Repeat the question, what they've shared with you. So that if you are making a mistake there and there, the customer can tell you, no, I meant HP, not IBM. So by so doing, you are able to clarify whatever. Communication skill is key. Convey your message clearly, succinctly, and in a way that resonates with the customer. And the next one is adaptability. Each customer is unique. So be ready to adjust your sales approach based on the personality and the needs of the customer. And you must also learn to handle objection. I went to a client who walked me out of his office 3 good times. But I didn't
Wow.
get offense because I'm the one that wanted to sell. Then the Fountain Trust Bank. I went to see this lady. She's the IT manager there in Dolapo Olateru. If you know Fountain Trust Bank there. I got there the first time. I got information that they need my software based on one of the IT people that worked there. But of course, I cannot mention her name. If not, she'll be in trouble. We go to the same
Mhm.
church. So when I got there, the IT manager said, young lady, I didn't invite you. I don't know you. What do you need from me? I said, I have a solution I want to. She said, madam, I don't need it. So I said, okay, I took my leave. I came 2 weeks after, the same thing. She was angry and said, young lady, I told you the last time I don't need your product. Oh my God, I went away. The last time I came, she gave me an audience. She said, okay, come next week and present. So I knew this customer is a very tough customer. I went back to my office. I told my boss, everybody needs to be there. We need to meet our solution, answer our questions. So I went with my MD, went with the techie guys, the guys who developed the software, and I, as a salesperson, I was there. I know, of course, as a salesperson, you have to be taking down everything that is being said so that you can convey whatever needs by the customer back to them.
Yeah.
So you must learn to handle objection, learn to anticipate and address common objection in a positive way and a constructive way. If I was angry and I got angry and I walked away, that woman wouldn't have given me an appointment. So you must learn to put your anger under and learn to handle objection in a great way. If you've made it this far into this video, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe so you can support your girl. Thank you.